I love hearing people get into crypto. I just love it because you're just getting empowered. And some have 2 times within a week. Thank you. And it's fun, right? And don't you feel empowered? Don't you feel empowered? Like, I know I have a friend of mine that like owns their own little business, and they're like, oh, I got to figure out how to do this business. And then I talked to them about crypto like 2 months ago, and they're like, what's this? And now they're like, every day, like, I got this, I'm buying that, I'm involved. I have so many friends of mine who are like involved. And I'm like telling you, I got a text from a buddy of mine today who over the summer, like in September and October, early fall, I was like, dude, pay attention to Bitcoin, pay attention to Bitcoin. And he told me, and he was like, I remember we were talking when Bitcoin was 13 a coin. He's like, oh man, I wish it would go down more. And I was like, buy it anyway. It doesn't matter. You bought a bunch of Ethereum when it was like $400 or $500. Now it's Ethereum 17 a coin. He's like, my portfolio is up $20,000. And he goes, I feel like I got in a little late on Bitcoin. I said, you didn't get in late on Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin goes to 150,000 a year, like they're saying by the end of the year, but they're predicting it's going to go up to 1 million. I mean, Raoul Pal, financial experts, not just like crazy YouTubers, but financial experts are predicting it's going to go to 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, 1 million. So if you buy Bitcoin at $47,000 and it goes to $150,000, if you bought $1,000 of Bitcoin at $47,000 and it goes to $150,000 by the end of the year, like Dylan Radigan says, your $1,000 in Bitcoin will be worth $3,000 in Bitcoin. Do you see what I'm talking about? So like, oh, I missed out. No, you did not. Yes, it could go down, but no one's predicting it. Yes, it's a gamble. Don't bet. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose. But I've seen my portfolio, and I've been banging the drum on this all summer into the fall. And so many of you are like, Graham, you're right. I bought Ray at $1 and now it's worth $4. And I'm like, everybody's do your own research. Watch those shows I talk about. Altcoin Daily, Crypto Casey, The Moon, Boom Bust, Max Kaiser. Watch those shows. Watch those shows. Go to the bitcoin.com YouTube channel that has a Bitcoin 101 playlist. It is, and don't feel dumb or bad because you don't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it at all. And I'm no expert now, but I have a cursory I understand it a lot better. I don't feel as like clueless about it. I don't feel scared basically about it. And learn about it and get involved. There's online classes you can take. There's a bunch of stuff out there you can do. So, you know, that $600, I got a $600, card, the payment from the government, the stimulus, right? They sent me a debit card. I bought $300 worth of groceries and $300 worth of crypto. Boom. And that I bought $300 of Ethereum a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe. It's now worth $400. So I have already increased my stimulus money by $100. That's what I'm talking about. So they're giving us table scraps. Okay. You're giving me table scraps. I'm going to build a whole fucking table out of it. Then I'm going to take this 300 and I'm going to turn it into tens of thousands of dollars. If you would have taken your $1,200. So when this $1,400 check comes that they say they're going to give us, look, and if you got to pay and you're behind on bills, pay your bills, do what you got to do. But I'm just telling you, a couple $100 will pay off in the long run. I'm holding my shit for the long run. Some of it I'm going to cash out because of what's happened with YouTube. As I get paid every month from Rockfin, I'm going to have to cash some out. I wanted to hold more of it for the long run, but I'm going to just have to cash out because that's what I got to do because I lost 60% of my revenue, just got taken out from underneath me. So, but I'm telling you, I have a buddy of mine's like, Graham, I put in over a couple months. He put in 300 here, 500 there, a little bit here and there, a little bit here and there. And he probably put in a total of about $3,500 of his own money. And now it's worth close to $7,000. He doubled his money. That's real money, man. He paid off his debt. They don't want us. They want to keep us stuck in their banking system. They want you in debt. They want you to take that $600 and spend it all on food and whatever. They don't want you to grow your wealth. They don't want you to get out of debt. They want you to roll into the credit cards and they'll give you a little stimulus money. Maybe they'll forgive some of your rent or some of your, but they want you in debt. They want you working just enough to pay your bills. Because if you take a couple $1,000s and it turns into hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, which could happen. This is all these financial experts are like, this crypto market right now, only 3 to 4% of the population is even aware of it. When the whole world starts using crypto, when it's not just Tesla, but it's Ford, it's you walk down to your local car dealership and you buy a used Camry with crypto. When that happens, when everyone's taking it, when you go buy a house with crypto, which there's a realtor in Los Angeles that's accepting it, when everyone's using it and Bitcoin, right now, you're still in you didn't miss the boat. You didn't miss the boat. It's like I bought some over the summer at like 19, 20 grand. And I could have gone, I missed the boat back when it was 1,000. It was 3,800 back in March. Shit, I missed the boat. No, I didn't. I've doubled my money. I bought it at 20. It's over 40 now. You see what I'm saying? So if you buy some at 47 and it jumps up to 100, you've doubled your money. Which it's going to do. Because when Elon Musk, one guy, and these billionaires love whipping their dicks out and measuring them against each other. So Bezos is like, wait a minute, he bought a 1.5 billion. I'm going to buy 3 billion, which just jacks the price up. So I know I don't mean to sound like a fanatic, but I'm just like, this is our opportunity as regular people. It's like what the WallStreetBets guys did, and girls, whoever, whatever, people. I always got to be careful of that, because when I see like Jimmy and Steph and I go, hey guys, Steph always goes, I'm not a guy. So I'm like, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't know. So I just want to say, anyway, what WallStreetBets did got a bunch of regular people together. The average buy-in on Robinhood from that group was $500 to $2,500. So we're not talking about big investors dropping 50 grand, 100 grand, $1 million. We're talking about regular people who had, again, $500, $1,000 to spend on stocks. That's nothing in the stock market compared to these hedge funds with tens of billions of dollars. That's nothing. Your 2,500, my 2,500, it's nothing to them. But they got everybody together and realized we all have power in numbers. And so all of us buying Bitcoin, all of us getting involved in cryptocurrencies, getting yourself out of debt, getting out of the central banks. This is how you get out of their system. They want us to be enslaved and working our asses off. My friend was a small business, got a little yoga studio, is like, I don't have to bust my ass figuring out how to do yoga in a pandemic with online classes and all this. I can just day trade and then teach yoga when I want to, because I love it. You see that, and a light went off in there. They were like, oh my God. Because when can a regular person, I have a little better chance sometimes because I'm in show business and, whatever, show business is kind of crazy. And sometimes the phone rings and it's like you won the lottery. But even that, I've been shut out of show business because I do this show and I call out, liberals and the Democrats and show how they're just as awful and corrupt as the Republicans who are awful and corrupt. So this is our chance. Again, if you took your $1,200 stimulus check back last April, it'd be worth close to $7,000, maybe more. No, I'm sorry. It'd be over $4,000. I said that incorrectly. It's gone up 4 times. It'd be like $4,800. Your $1,200 would be worth $4,800 now because it went up 4 times. So if it goes to 150, it'll go up 3 times. Like I said, at minimum, if it goes to 200,000, it'll go up 4 times. So again, your $1,000 will be worth 3 to 4 grand. If all of these experts and Dylan Ratigan's 150. I've heard a half a dozen financial experts come into that range between $100,000 and $200,000. Over the summer when it was like, oh my God, it's going to hit 20 grand. People were flipping out. That's nothing. 20 grand is, it might never go below $20,000 ever again now because it's 47. It hit 41 and it had a big nosedive down to 30. That was the big nosedive. You haven't missed out. You haven't missed the boat. You have not missed the boat. Do your own research. Don't people are like, Graham, should I buy Bitcoin on a credit card? I would not recommend that at all. That's a bad move. Play with money you can, even if it's just a couple $100, but pay attention, do the research, expand your knowledge on it. You come to this show to expand your knowledge about the world, right? Because the corporate media is lying to you. That's why I do this show. You help expand my knowledge, and I hopefully am helping expand your knowledge. I have a crypto playlist. Watch my interviews with Rosie Tran, with Christy I. Pay attention. Don't underestimate those in power and wealth. They could make crypto illegal and shut exchanges. Well, they're not. That's a fine question. But here's what those in power are doing. They're buying crypto. The hedge funds are buying up crypto because they can't stop it. Again, do some research on what Bitcoin is. And these exchanges, they're making money. They'll try to regulate and shut down the American ones, but they already regulate it too much. And that's why people use VPNs. There's countries out there that are not going to let this happen. They're making too much. It's the genie is out of the bottle. Learn what it is and how it's so decentralized. It's blockchain. They can't just shut it down. It doesn't like Bitcoin isn't on like a server in the Bitcoin office and they could just come in and shut down that office and take the servers. It's blockchain. You can't shut it down. When I understood the technology, and I'm not a computer programmer, I'm not a tech guy at all. When I really understood the technology, I was like, as much as the basics of it, I was like, oh, they can't shut this down because the person or persons that came up with it, nobody knows who it was. It's called Satoshi Nakamura or Nakatano, I forget. It's called Satoshi. And they're like, was it a person? Was it a group of people? And some people surmise that it was like someone in the NSA that created this thing. So they're going to try to regulate it as best they can, but all they can do is regulate American exchanges. And other countries realize they can't stop this. That's why they're creating their own digital currency. But business companies are going to say, we're going to accept Bitcoin. And person to person, I could, you could sell a car to me and I pay you in Bitcoin. The government doesn't know about it. And we sign the title over and say, I paid $1 for it. And I give you $1 bill. I sold my car for $1, but they don't know that I paid whatever. I'm just going to pick a round number. Let's say you got a nice used car. I buy it from you for 10 grand, but I give you 10 grand in Bitcoin and you sign over the title. Boom. There's no government. There's no nothing. Okay, we got to file papers at the DMV to change the title, but what'd you sell the car for? If you got to declare the price, I sold it for $1. They can't track it. There's no Graham Elwood wallet. There's no your wallet. It's just the wallet address. They can't. They can't. This is the thing you got to really understand. You got to understand blockchain. You got to understand what Bitcoin specifically is. Other cryptos are somewhat different, but Bitcoin is and how it works. Start watching these documentaries on the creation of it. Really understand what it is. That's why it's so revolutionary. That's why the hedge funds were like trying to badmouth, it's Bitcoin. When Bitcoin dropped 2 weeks ago from 41 to 30, the Bitcoin's done. It's a Ponzi scheme. Really? Oh, is that right? Elon Musk just puts Bitcoin in his Twitter profile and it goes from 32 to 38 or something like that. Went from 31 to 30, went up $7,000 in a day. And then it's been moving sideways at 37, 38 in there. It's been the graph, basically, it's a term. It's been moving sideways. And then he announces 1.5 billion. Boom. Oh, we're going to use it for Tesla. Boom. You can't stop it, man. Learn about it. You think I'm wrong? That's cool. Get educated, because if you don't have all the facts and you're coming to that conclusion, you're doing yourself a disservice. I don't need you to agree with me. I know what the facts are for your own money, for your own future, for your own retirement. Get the knowledge and figure it out. If you study all the stuff that I've studied and you still come to the conclusion that, oh, they can regulate it and screw it over, great. But do yourself the service of getting educated on this. And the more you learn about this, the more excited you'll be. That's why people get so fucking fired up about it, because like that's why Max Kaiser, who knows more about Wall Street and finances than I'll ever know, is like, this is the future. Raoul Pal, the former like CEO of Goldman Sachs, is like 95% of his portfolio is Bitcoin. Crypto, basically, but mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum, but mainly Bitcoin. Raoul Pal. I mean, these folks know what they're talking about. I had Christy I on the show. Watch my interviews with her. I think she's went to Cornell or something. She's super smart. She knows that's all she does. That she's on Boom. She's a co-host of Boom Bust. So every day, that's all she does is study the markets and the charts. That's all she does. And she was talking about it. She was like, man, over the summer, she's like, get in. I'm telling you. People like Warren Buffett are like, it's a bunch of hullabaloo. He doesn't get it because he's old and he doesn't understand. He made his money the traditional way. He bought companies that were undervalued. Their price went up. He did it the old school way. He doesn't get it. It's like Jerry Seinfeld doesn't get YouTube because he got famous the traditional way. Stand-up comedy, did the Tonight Show, got an agent, got a TV show. It became famous. He got good ratings. All these things that are like anachronistic now. I'm telling you, crypto is the future. Do your own research. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose, but get knowledgeable about this, because you'll really see the power in Bitcoin in Bitcoin specifically, but cryptocurrency in general. There's thousands of coins out there that come up and down. I don't study all of them. I know Bitcoin, I know Ethereum, I know Bitcoin Cash, I know Litecoin, and I know the Ray token, which is the one that's on Rockfin. And the more content creators like Jimmy Dore and Lee Camp that come on over to Rockfin, the more valuable it's going to be. And you can buy Ray token if you want as well, to own part. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks for watching the show. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood. And rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.